Hello, fellow Shameless fan. Today I want to give my quick thoughts on the finale of Season 9 and the whole season in general, right? So a couple of quick thoughts. Now, mind you, just by that description alone, this is going to be spoiler-filled. So if you have not seen Season 9 or any of Shameless really, then I encourage you to watch those episodes before you watch this video. Okay, so you have been warned. The big lead up to this episode, which they certainly didn't hide, was the fact that Fiona was leaving. And it certainly was an emotional episode and was a very Fiona-esque type of move in the way that she left. Meaning she while everyone was out and about planning her party, she just got up and left and really only said goodbye to Frank, which that in its own way was you knew what he was trying to do was supposed to be a heartfelt moment, and yet he couldn't do it. He couldn't. He's so narcissistic that he couldn't even say thank you. But for her, I think it was a very empowering moment because she understood, like, hey, my job is done. I did the best I could, and I succeeded, and now it's time to move on. And I know she left the note there initially for Debbie, but the way in which that played out, where she leaves at this point more than half, because I know she got $100,000, but she had to pay off a couple of things, so she's leaving with less than half already. I think is very very telling of her. It shows how much she cares, and it shows how much she acknowledges that Debbie has grown up, because certainly in seasons past, it was a big point of contention about Debbie having Franny, and now that Debs has grown into her own, she can take care of Franny, and she's really filled that Fiona role now. So it's wonderful to see. Now there's a couple of people out there saying that they wish Jimmy Steve would have come back for this one. Now, in addition to kind of the creators, John Wells and so forth, have talked about how that would have just been an Ian Mickey moment, and they didn't want to replicate that. Well, beyond that, the whole point is that Fiona's an independent woman. She's right now, we've left her scarred by a man, and granted that doesn't mean I don't ever want her to have a relationship, but I think it would have felt cheap, and it wouldn't have felt truly Fiona if happiness came through a man. No, her happiness is really about her leaving and restarting her life and doing what she ultimately now wants to do. The great surprise of the episode was her going to Ian, because we never got that goodbye moment when he first went to jail. And so seeing Cameron Monaghan there for that tiny portion and you know, saying, hey, go, and being that kind of push that she needed, I think it was really wonderful that they did that. Overall, I think the season had a lot of emotional beats, but I sometimes when they go more comedic versus drama, like I think the show can be at its strongest when it's dealing with heartfelt emotions, like for example, the El Loco hobo storyline, while fun, didn't necessarily add too much for me, and it's unfortunate in that way. And I know they'll have to kind of keep, the challenge is keeping all the characters active throughout, but you know, I think there was more ground they could have covered with Lip's storyline. I think Debbie coming into her own, certainly Liam really just befriending and living with the bully, whereas now and so forth, I think that felt a little bit forced. So it'll be interesting to see how, now that they have, you know, everything's been so focused on Fiona for so long, in season 10 it'll be interesting to see how they can perhaps better distribute all the storylines and whatnot, you know, and so forth, because I think there's stuff still to mine there, but again, for me, I always enjoy the humor. I like how they can undercut serious moments with humor, but I like the overall trajectory to be a little bit more serious rather than comedic. And so, you know, we'll see. I think Carl continuing to be in the military and so forth is a good step, and I appreciate him and Kelly together. So who knows how things will go, but overall, I think it ended up being an enjoyable season, and I appreciate the show, and congrats on 110 episodes. I think that's fantastic. And, best of luck to Emmy Rossum, but also best of luck to the cast and crew for season 10. So those are my quick thoughts on Shameless. Thank you for joining me. If you like what I did, I have other ones for mainly films right now, but I will continue to do more about TV shows. Certainly, you're welcome to comment below with your thoughts and opinions on anything Shameless, whether it be this season, seasons prior, it doesn't matter. I always love talking Shameless with any Shameless fan. I've been a fan since the very, very beginning, as those of you who watch AfterBuzz TV know. Kudos to Haley Clover for keeping that ship afloat, along with JJ Jurgens and Juliette Bear. I think they do a fantastic after show, obviously, and I just wanted to add my 2 cents into the conversation. Also, if you enjoy what I do, I do a weekly series for creatives. So if you happen to be a creative, I encourage you to check it out. It's about really mastering mental fortitude and kind of giving you strategies beyond just talent and skill set, because I think while those are important, it really takes mental fortitude to not have the wheels come off, as they say. And Fiona is certainly representative of mental fortitude, because while the wheels were coming off and she hit rock bottom towards the latter part of this season, she survived. And she not only survived, but she's going to thrive. So I'm excited for her. I'm excited for you. Bye.